everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at number 02 in the Transformers Studio Series Decepticon Stinger from Transformers Age of Extinction. So this guy is in the deluxe size class, as you can see here on the side. Studio Series number 02. The reason this is exciting is this is the first time we are getting a true Stinger figure. When Age of Extinction happened, I think they repainted a Bumblebee pink to be Stinger, and that might have only been in Japan. It was weird. In any case, this is the first real, true Stinger figure made to be Stinger. So that's pretty exciting. That was definitely one of the reasons why I wanted to check it out. Pretty cool picture of him on the side. Now, he didn't have a huge role in Age of Extinction, but he was kind of the only real Decepticon aside from Galvatron, because technically Lockdown was like a free agent bounty hunter type guy, so I guess they classify him as a Decepticon, but in my mind he wasn't really. So Stinger was kind of the second in command for Galvatron. So it's kind of neat to finally get a toy of him. I think it's pretty cool. So it says Hong Kong Pursuit, which is obviously the scene he was most prevalent in. And then it shows the little diorama that he comes with down here. And then you have 1, 3, and 4, which is the other 3 in the first wave of deluxe figures for the Studio Series. So that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's go ahead and get this guy out of there so we can take a closer look. So here is Stinger with his little backdrop. Pretty cool. I think they did a nice job with this. If we move him out of the way just for a second so you can see the whole backdrop. Pretty cool. From this scene towards the end of the movie, where they have kind of their last stand in this little pagoda building over here. It's a pretty neat little backdrop. I think these are fun. And he looks pretty good. Here is Stinger out of the packaging. And it's a pretty interesting little mold. He doesn't have a ton of kibble, which is nice. He's got these weird saw blades here on his back, which I don't remember this from the movie, so if it was in there and I just forgot it, forgive me, but I don't know. They're just kind of strange. You can take them off if you don't like the look. These easily come off. I mean, he's still going to have this kind of weird apparatus on his back. But you can kind of fold it up and just kind of put it down or do something else with it. Or just kind of push it up here and just kind of pretend it's like a spoiler or something. I don't know. I think it's weird. I personally kind of wish he didn't have that, just because I feel like it gets in the way and it's really not needed. But if you like it, great. It is a feature that does exist. He has this kind of cannon here on the side of his arm, which again is a little weird, but it kind of works. You could pretend it's like a rail gun or something. I don't know. It looks kind of neat. Head sculpt looks pretty good. I like the eyes. I really like the fluorescent green paint. I think that works really well. So head is on a ball joint. You can move from side to side and up and down, but also like his whole neck piece kind of moves. So if you want to move up and down, you just have to kind of hold it in place. You have a ball joint here in the shoulder. Now the shoulder pads you can kind of put up if you like that look better. Or you can fold them down. It's really your preference. I kind of like them up, but then it also kind of looks like it's not transformed all the way, so I haven't decided really. Maybe I'll compromise and do kind of like a half transformed kind of thing. I don't know. There's like 2 joints here, so I guess I'll just keep them down for now. So you have the ball joint there. You have the swivel right above the elbow, which gives you 90 degrees. Nothing in the wrist, nothing in the waist, and you'll see why a little bit later. Ball joint in the hip. Looks like no thigh swivel, but you do have 90 degrees in the knee, and then really nothing in the ankle. So he doesn't have the most articulation, I have to say, for a deluxe figure. I don't necessarily like need the thigh swivel. It's not jarring that it's not there, but just kind of weird because it seems like they could have easily. You know what? He does have it. It's just well hidden. So there you go. Got my wish. You can see that this piece is solid, and it's because it is. The thigh swivel is behind it. So I got faked out, but there you go. We got our thigh swivel, so that's great. Nothing in the ankle, but again, it's because of the transformation. You'll see why a little bit later. It's because this piece here bends. But yeah, overall, I like it. I think it looks neat. Again, the black and red color scheme always looks good. The torso, it's a little weird. You'll see why in a minute because of the transformation. But overall, I think it works. I think the saw blade gimmick is a little weird. It's kind of neat, but again, mostly just a little weird. You can just kind of pop these on his forearms if you want. These are mostly for storage in vehicle mode, but they can be attached here as well. So if you wanted to have saw blade forearms, you certainly could. He does have that functionality. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the robo mode. So let's go ahead. Let's get into the transformation. So the transformation, I don't want to use the term like difficult or wonky, but I feel like it definitely takes some getting used to. So you can have this piece here. You kind of take this and just kind of put it straight up and down. And that's going to kind of store that way in vehicle mode once you get there. You can kind of lift these up, just kind of get the arms ready. You're going to spin this whole section out. And just make sure you have the clearances to do this. So that'll click into place like that. And then you unhook this whole section so that goes up. And then you want to push this, what was like the crotch plate, back down like that. Then you're going to come to the legs, kind of spin these up. And you'll see the whole panel here just folds down. And then you're going to flip the toes back. Fold this back down. And then you want to kind of do this thing where you can see this is going to be the screen and the hood of the car. So you kind of need to straighten out the legs and bring it down. And then click these back pieces down here so that you can straighten out and click this into place. There's a little tab spot for it. There you go. And then you can see that that all kind of hooks together. That's going to become the rear of the car. And so you just have the legs kind of stowing away where the seats would be, where a driver would sit. Coming to the arms. You want to kind of start to rock these back. And you'll see that you can lift this section up. You can see that the wheels start to rock out of the chest. And then you're also going to want to spin this around 180 degrees like that, but you can leave it out of the way for now. So you have to start lining up the back section of the car. So the gun over here will straighten out, and that's going to become the roof. You can then spin this panel right here 180 degrees. And you can see that the panels are going to start lining up here on the side. So this will eventually go all the way forward to become the front of the car. This is going to line up. So you have to continue to rock this wheel piece back. And then eventually swing this whole thing over here so that it clicks into place with the roof pieces that are already there. And kind of get that all to click into place. And then you can bring this down and click this into place here with the front of the car. So there you go. There's kind of your whole side of your car. So you come around here. This one's a little bit easier to do it because it doesn't have the roof piece. So you bring this down. And you can see there's a big tab spot right there. And there is a tab underneath. I'll see if you can get the shot of it, but right there. So you kind of have to rock this in under that to get it to peg in. And it's a little difficult to do, but it's not impossible. Just, there you go. Get that in. It'll all kind of click into place. And then with this section, you can see that there's a large tab here, and you slide that over top. So you bring this in and then slide it down over top. Whoops, and I didn't do it right. There you go. And then you just kind of shore everything up. And now for the head, you just kind of push it in. And you hear it kind of click into place. And there you go. There's your vehicle mode. I love the Decepticon symbol on the hood. I think that looks great. Nice pop of color there. If we come down here, you can hear it doesn't really roll that great. And it's just because, like, this piece here, like, this clicked in better than the first time I transformed it, I will say. But because of these pieces down here, and maybe I can push this in a little bit more. I almost feel like the wheels don't end up touching the ground most of the time because of this piece here. You can almost see that they're lower than the wheels, these tabs. And what these tabs are meant for, so you can store all of the saw blades in vehicle mode. And this one's hard to get it to actually catch. Because it doesn't really get on there, it just kind of sticks, pushes the thing in, which doesn't help. So you can store all 4 of the saw blades there. But like I said, it's almost like they're lower than the wheels, so it doesn't really roll that great because the wheels don't touch the ground. Now, it could be that I don't have something lined up, but I really don't feel like that's what it is. I feel like it's just because it's so low to the ground. The vehicle mode looks great. I love the car. I think it's really stylized, very cool. I like it quite a bit. I just, again, priority was given to these saw blades, which makes these pegs stick down too far so that the wheels don't. I feel like if you just got rid of the whole saw blade gimmick altogether, it wouldn't look goofy in robot mode, and it wouldn't impede the wheels in the vehicle mode. You could solve a lot of problems. That's just my opinion. But overall, I love the design of the alt mode. I think the car looks really cool. So ultimately, I like Stinger. I'm glad we're finally getting a toy of this character because he was previously unrepresented. But the saw blade thing on the back is just weird to me. I don't particularly remember it from the movie, and maybe I'm just completely forgetting and it was a big part of his character, and I apologize if that's the case. But I wish you could just, like, unpeg it. I wish it could just come off, because honestly, I would just put the whole thing off to the side. I feel like it looks weird in robot mode. It hinders the wheels touching the ground in vehicle mode, and I just don't need it. I feel like this is a trend because Ratchet had a weird unnecessary saw accessory as well, so whoever's designing these needs to get away from the saw blades and just get back to traditional blasters and things. But I do think if you pick this guy up, you'll have fun with him. I think it's neat to finally get a version of the character that's easily accessible to everybody. The color scheme looks great. The articulation's pretty good. The vehicle mode is very stylized, very cool. I like the car design and everything. So I still think he's worth picking up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And as always, thank you so much for watching.